Hello everyone, today we'll show you another good strategy based on Awesome Oscillator indicator. It will be interesting because I use this indicator myself. Before we get to the business, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, put likes and turn on notifications so you don't miss the videos. Also, I have a closed group for a limited amount of people where I'm sharing my trading signals free of charge. To get into this group, what you should do is just text me a code word signal on my Telegram. The link to it will be in the description box. They will be trading using the Awesome Oscillator, an analysis indicator for measuring market momentum. This indicator will help to determine further price movement or suggest reversal points. Also, this indicator, like any other indicator, is an auxiliary technical analysis. First, we pay attention to the resistance levels of the resistance, and then we take into account the hints of this indicator. Be sure to watch this video to the end, and you'll learn how to work with this indicator. So guys, let's get started. In order to connect this indicator, I click this button in the left corner. We open the list of indicators, select from the list Awesome Oscillator. Leave all the settings by default, nothing needs to be changed. Thus, an indicator appears below the chart, consisting of a horizontal line with a zero mark on the different sides, which form a histogram consisting of red and green bars. How does this indicator work? What is the signal? Here you can see the green histogram, which appeared to grow and after some time changed to red and started to fall. It tells us that the reversal is expected and the price will fall. Also, a signal can be that moment when histogram is being formed on opposite side of the horizontal line with a mark 0. This also tells us that the volumes to fall are growing and in the near future the price will fall. Of course, everything depends on the specific situation on the market and each specific situation individually, because this indicator has errors. Only a competent combination of technical analysis plus an indicator gives good results. Be sure to watch this video to the end and learn how to work with this indicator. So let's get started and consider the first situation in the market. Here we see a resistance level. Also we see that a good up move has been detected. The price has touched this level and the moment there is a rollback. I also pay attention to our indicator. It tells us that the price will fall in the near future. In this situation, I think to open a deal for 2 minutes to decrease. 2 minutes also is a margin. Take into account that some kind of pro-trading may occur. Small rollback up is possible after a downward movement is likely to occur. And I think that in this situation, the price will still roll back down in the near future. So let's wait until the end of our deal. Great! The price really continued its downside movement and we get a profit. 2 minutes was enough. Also, this indicator really suggested a good point and helped to determine the further price movement. The volumes to fall has really begun to grow and we are getting a good result. Good start, let's continue. Here we see the resistance level. We also see that there was a good uptrend. The price has touched this level and is rolling back down. I also pay attention to our indicator. It tells us that the price will fall in the near future. The histograms from green changed to red and became smaller in size, which tells us that volumes to fall will grow in the near future. Let's open here for 2 minutes to decrease. I believe that in the near future the price will continue to fall for the time being at least to internal support, which is slightly lower. So friends, let's wait until the end of our deal. Well, that's good guys! We got into pro trade, but still the downward movement continued and we get a profit. Our indicator also suggested a good entry point and helped to determine the further price movement. Everything is going great. Let's continue to consider the following market situation. Here we also see that there has been a reversal at this point and the price is steadily moving up. We also pay attention to our histogram. Bars begin to appear above the horizontal line with a mark of 0, which tells us that in the near future the price will rise. I suggest opening a deal for 3 minutes to increase. I think that in the near future the price will continue its movement to the main resistance level, which is higher. 3 minutes also is a margin. Take into account that a certain pro trade may occur or a slightly pullback down is possible, after which the upward movement will surely continue. So friends, let's wait for the end of our deal. Great friends, here we get a gorgeous confident profit. 3 minutes was enough. The price really continued its upward movement to the main resistance level, and this indicator in turn suggested a good entry point and helped us to determine further price movements. The chances of an increase really began to grow. Everything is going great. I suggest we continue and consider the following market situation. Here we see the resistance level. We also see that the price has reached our level and is starting to roll back down. I also pay attention to our indicator. It tells us that the volumes to fall will grow and in the near future the price will fall. The histogram of green color changed to red. The bars become smaller in size. I propose to open a deal for 2 minutes to decrease. I think that in the near future there will be at least a small pullback down, since this is the first touch of this level for a long time, and in this situation it is more likely that at least a small pullback will already occur. So friends, let's wait for the end of our deal. Great friends, the price has really gone down and we get a gorgeous confident profit. 2 minutes was enough for us. The volumes to fall really began to grow. The indicator gave us a good entry point and helped us determine the further price movement. Everything is going great. Let's continue to consider the following market situation. Here we see the support level, and we also see that after the pullback the price moves to our level with fairly confident candles. There is still space for the support level. I also pay attention to our indicator. From the horizontal line marked 0, red bars begin to grow downwards. This tells us that the volumes to fall are growing. We are opening a deal here for 2 minutes to decrease. I think that in this situation this time will be quite enough. So friends, let's wait for the end of our deal. Well friends, in general it's not bad. We got a certain pro trade, but the price continued downward movement. We get a profit here. 2 minutes was enough, and this indicator also gave us a good entry point and helped us to determine further price movements. Let's continue and find the next entry point. Here we see the support level. We will also see that after pro trade, the price again continued its movement to our level. We also pay attention to our indicator. Red bars appear from the horizontal line with a mark of 0, which in turn tells us that the price will fall in the near future. In this situation, I suggest opening a deal for 2 minutes to decrease. I think that 2 minutes will be enough for us and the price will still continue its movement to the support level. So friends, let's wait for the end of our deal. Well, it's not bad. The price still continued its downward movement and we get a profit. Also, this indicator gave us a good entry point and helped us determine further price movements. Let's continue to consider the following market situation. Here we see the support level. We also see that after the downtrend, the price fell into a certain range and moved into this corridor. It is just now at the top of the price corridor. I also pay attention to our indicator. It also tells us that in the near future the volumes will grow lower. The price will fall. In this situation, I propose to open a deal for 2 minutes for a decrease. Just at the moment from the top of this price corridor to starting a downward movement. I think that in this situation the price is more likely to continue its movement to the support level. So friends, let's wait for the end of our deal. Great friends, the price really continued its downward movement to the support level and we get a profit. Also, this indicator in turn gave us a good entry point and helped us to determine the further price movement. Everything is going well. Let's continue moving on to the next situation. Here we also see that there was a good confident downward movement to the support level, from which there is an upward pullback at the moment. Also, our indicator tells us that in the near future the volume for an increase will grow. In this situation, I propose to open a deal for an increase of 2 minutes. I think that in the near future the price will still grow at least to the internal support level. 2 minutes also is a margin. Take into account that a certain pro trade may occur, so friends, let's wait for the end of our deal. Great friends, the price really continued its upward movement and we get a gorgeous confident profit. 2 minutes was enough for us. The volume for increase really began to grow. This indicator suggested a good entry point. Everything is going fine. Let's continue to consider the following market situation. So friends, we are with you on the same currency pair after a while. Here we also see that after the upward movement there was a reversal and the price moves back to the support level. Our indicator also tells us that the price will fall in the near future. We also see that there is still space for the support level, so I suggest opening a deal for 2 minutes to decrease. I think that in this situation the price is more likely to continue its movement to the support level, since the price here also has a good potential for a decline and the price highs are getting lower. There is a certain compression. It is also possible that this level will be broken. 2 minutes is also with a margin taking into account that a certain pro trade may occur or a small pullback up is possible. So friends, let's wait for the end of our deal. Well friends, there was an upward pullback, but after that the downward movement still continued. We get profit. 2 minutes was just enough. The price is moving quite impulsively, but still this indicator helped us to determine further price movements at the beginning of the opening of the deal, but in any case the price highs are getting lower. I think that in the near future this level will still be broken. Maybe there will be some pro trade, but still it will happen. So friends, let's continue and find a more confident entry point. Here we see the level of support. We also see that after a small pro trade the price rolls back up. I also draw attention to our indicator, which tells us that in the near future the volume for increase will grow. The price is just starting to break through the internal resistance level at the moment. In this situation I suggest opening a deal for 2 minutes to increase. I think that in this situation the price will still grow at least to the internal resistance level, which is even higher. 2 minutes also is a margin taking into account pro trade or a possible rollback down. So guys, let's wait for them to follow a deal. Great guys, the price really continued its upward movement and the next level was also broken. We get a confident profit. 2 minutes was enough for us. Also this indicator suggested a good entry point and helped to determine further price movements. The volume for the increase has really started to grow and we are getting a great result. Let's continue to look for the next entry point in the market. Here we see the internal resistance level. We also see that a reversal has occurred from this point and the price is moving to our level. Also at the moment there is a slight pull back down and I think that in the near future this level will be broken. I also draw attention to our indicator, which tells us that in the near future the volume for increase will grow. In this situation I suggest opening a deal for 2 minutes to increase. Just the price has rolled down at the moment. This is a good point to open a deal for increase. I think that in this situation the price will still continue its upward movement and 2 minutes will be quite enough for us. So friends, let's wait for the end of our deal. Alright, it's not bad guys, we got a certain pro trade, but still the upward movement continued and we get a profit. 2 minutes was just enough for us and also this indicator helped us to determine further price movements and suggested us a good entry point. Everything is going well, let's continue to consider the following market situation. Here we see a good confident downtrend. The price rolled up after touching the support level. In this situation I propose to open a deal to increase literally for 1 minute. I think that in this situation the price will still grow at least to the internal resistance level, which is slightly higher. Since this level is strong enough, it is unlikely to be broken through the first time, and it is more likely that the price of this level will still roll back up. So guys, let's wait for the end of our deal. Great guys, the price really continued its upward movement and we get a profit. 1 minute was enough. Also this indicator suggested a good entry point and helped to determine price movements. Volume for increase really continued to grow. Everything is going well. Let's continue to consider the following market situation. So friends, here we see that a reversal has occurred from this point and the price is confidently moving towards the resistance level. Also green bars begin to appear from the horizontal line marked 0. This in turn tells us that the price will rise in the near future. I propose to open a deal for 2 minutes to increase. The price has a good potential to increase. I think that it will certainly continue its movement to this level. 2 minutes also is a margin taking into account that a certain pro trade may occur, only then the upward movement will continue. So guys, let's wait for the end of our deal. Well, quite well. The price continued its upward movement to the resistance level. We get a profit. 2 minutes was enough. Also this indicator gave us a good entry point and helped us to determine the further price movement. The price approached the resistance level, a logical pullback occurred. I think that in the near future this level will still be broken, but for now I suggest continuing and finding the next entry point in the market. Here we also see the support level. The price broke through this level and hesitantly moved down to the next support level from which a pullback is currently taking place. We also pay attention to our indicator. Green bars appear, which tells us that the volume for an increase will grow in the near future. I think that in this situation there will be at least a small pullback up from the level. I suggest opening a deal for 2 minutes to increase. I think that in this situation this time is quite enough. So guys, let's wait for the end of our deal. Okay, it's not bad guys. After a small pro trade there was a still pullback up and we get a profit. Also 2 minutes was enough. This indicator suggested a good entry point and helped us to determine the further movement of the price. The volume for increase really began to grow. Meanwhile, I already have $2,000 on deposit. I suggest opening another last deal for today. Now I will find a suitable situation in the market and we will continue. Here we see the support level. We also see that the price highs and price lows are getting lower. There is a downward movement. The price is moving down quite confidently also to the support level where there is a still space. We also see the red bar starts to appear downwards on our indicator from the horizontal line marked 0. In this situation, suggest opening a deal for 2 minutes to decrease. I think that in the near future the price will continue its movement towards this, and it is also possible that it will be broken through. Since the price has a good potential for a decline, our indicator also told us that in the near future the volume to fall will grow. 2 minutes also is a margin, taking into account that a certain pro trade may occur or a small pullback up is possible, after which the downward movement will surely continue. So guys, let's wait for the end of our deal. Well, it's not bad guys. After a little pro trade, the downward movement continued and we get a confident profit. 2 minutes was enough for us. Also this level was broken. This indicator gave us a good entry point and helped us to determine the further price movement. And the volume to fall really began to grow. I already have almost $3,000 on deposit. I suggest that we finish from this. Since I have fulfilled the plan for today, I'm completing the trade and leaving the market. Also, all the market situations have worked out perfectly. This indicator helped us to identify good entry points and help to determine the further price movements. Thank you for watching this video till the end. I remind you, if you want to join my closed group, don't forget to text me a code word signal in my Telegram. As you know, the link to it will be in the description box. And I will see you in the next video.